So next, what I learned from other sources, inspiration. This is a quote that I love. Don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive and go do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And that was by Howard Thurman. I think that's just an amazing and beautiful quote. That quote inspired me, or inspired me to pursue my passion for filmmaking, and really gave me kind of the freedom to chase after my dream. And I think it's a scary thing for people to want to chase after their dream or their passion, because there's a lot of fear associated with, oh, well, can I make money doing it? Will I get burnt out? Or, will I even succeed? And I think definitely people should chase after their dreams and should go after their passions, because you don't want to live life with regret, where you're, at the end of your life and you're sitting in a rocking chair, looking back at what you've done or what you haven't done. And if you'll be sad and disappointed because you didn't go after it and you didn't try to chase your dream, you took what you thought was the safe path, then I think you will be really disappointed. So I kind of just try and live by this quote that, don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive and go do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And I think if you've ever met anybody that's super dynamic or really engaging, there are people that are, for a lot of their time, are doing what they're passionate about. And maybe they're chasing their dream or they're living their dream. And so, if you're like me and you need some sort of evidence or proof, you can check out the book StrengthsFinder 2.0. This book was written by some of the folks over at the Gallup organization. If you've ever heard of the Gallup poll, the Gallup poll is one of the most well-respected polling organizations in the world. They actually do a lot of polls for elections and that kind of thing. And they surveyed some ridiculous number of people. I think it was over 1 million people. And in the survey, they found that you're able to increase what they've discovered is that you're naturally talented at certain things. And you are better off focusing on the things that you're stronger at than trying to become well-rounded and shoring up your weaknesses. Their study has shown that if you invest time into trying to increase your or to improve your weaknesses, you can only benefit a small amount. You can only improve your weaknesses by a small factor. But you take that same amount of time and effort and try and strengthen or improve your current strengths, you can receive a manyfold increase in the things that you're already strong at. So then what they're recommending is joining forces with people that are strong at the things you're weak at. And if you go look at the book, it's a deceivingly short book. I think like maybe there's 50 pages of stuff for you to read, and it's actually large print with big spacing. So if you're afraid of reading, don't be afraid of this book. You can get the audio book, but go get the book, and there's just like a few pages to read, and then you take a test online, and then it tells you kind of like what your personality type is, and then you can then try and find people that will fill in where you're not so strong at. And when you do that, you will find that, teamwork, you can just get so much more done. And that person's super happy to do the things that you're not happy doing at all. So for example, I'm not great at a lot of detail-oriented things, so I try and surround myself with teammates that are good at detail-oriented things, or at least are able to be good at detail-oriented things. So go find your strengths, take that StrengthsFinder 2.0 test, and follow your passion. And so the updates on my movie making. So I've committed to a crazy amount of filmmaking this year. You may or may not know, Orig Media currently does a ton of weddings. We do a fair amount of corporate and commercial work. But my dream, my goal, and my passion really is to make feature films and make TV shows. And so I've committed to attempting to make at least one feature film a month for 2012, and starting this month. And I'll explain why. I recently went to a Tony Robbins seminar, and he gave an example of someone who was struggling with their business in building one new branch a month. And what Tony recommended was, why don't you aim to build 10 branches a month? And the guy just told Tony he was crazy, because if he's struggling to do one, how can he do 10? And so if Tony finally, I guess, is able to convince the fella to at least try. So the guy tries, and he comes back, and what happened was he ended up building 3 branches a month. And so it wasn't the 10 that he was attempting to do, but it was far and above the one that he was struggling to do. So we've been struggling, honestly, to make like one feature film a year, but that's not working. That hasn't been working. And so now I'm committing basically to do one feature film a month, figuring out a way to do it and doing it. And I know it's going to be rough in the beginning, but you got to start somewhere. And I've committed to doing at least one a month. And so with that, I'm hoping definitely to do one a month. If we do less than one a month, I'm okay with that. That'll be like the guy is struggling to do one branch a month, and he's doing 3 a month. But anyway, so the Hawaii Wisdom Project, the update on that is we do have a rough cut done, and there's a lot of stuff that I know I want to change and add to it. And right now I need to rewrite or adjust a lot of the narration and tell a much better cohesive storyline throughout the whole film. We've had several versions of the movie cut, and it definitely needs a through line type of a story to kind of tie it all together. And I know what that needs to be, and it's just really a matter of me writing it and putting it together and putting it into the edit. So it's January 20 something. What is it's January 23rd? I have a few days left to get this thing knocked out. So we will totally do that. And just to give you an update on the Hamlet adaptation, the screenplay is done. It's a rough draft, and we did have a read through, and there's definite spots that I want to rewrite, but so we'll do that. And then we have shot the we shot the first scene, which to me kind of acts as almost like a teaser for the movie. And it's in post-production. The team has worked super hard on creating some of the visual effects for that, and I think it's looking really awesome. So we just need to do a final push, and that teaser trailer scene will be ready to show, and I would love to get some feedback from you guys. This was the first podcast, the first Orig Media podcast. It was rough, I know, but hopefully it'll get better, and hopefully you get some value out of this. So please, if you guys have suggestions, send them my way. Check out www.origmedia.com and @origmedia on Twitter, and I'll see you guys next time. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.